Hey guys, we got some questions on tips for night diving. So I thought put a quick video together for you, just touching on some of the important points. Um, I've been night diving all over the world, sometimes with guides, sometimes without. And the first thing you notice is that the guide tends to tell you the wrong thing. So if you want to have a nice night dive, listen and we'll tell you what you need to know. First of all, it's dark, so you're going to need light, okay? And if you have a shitty little rental torch, it's not going to get you very far. It's not going to make you feel comfortable. So there's two types of torches that you want for a night dive. It's a primary light, and this is the light that you're going to use to illuminate your dive, but it's also going to be used for signaling, right? Because you got to communicate with your buddy and maybe other divers in the water. And then what you want is you want some type of backup light. Now, backup lights tend to have much lower lumen output, but a very long burn time, okay? They're not designed to illuminate everything. They're just making sure that you can still see your way home. Right, so we'll talk about lights in a minute. Now, the other thing that you should absolutely do before you do a night dive is dive the dive site several times in the daytime so that you know where you're going. You can identify markers that you recognize during your dive, and it gives you that sort of feeling for like, oh, I'm not scared because I know, oh, I've seen that before. I've seen that before. I know where I am now, right? So if you're a bit apprehensive on a night dive, then preparation is the key, making sure that you know exactly where you're going. And like any other dive, plan your route, because if you're planning your route, then you kind of know what you're doing, right? So try and follow the same route that you've done during the day, especially if you're a bit apprehensive and you don't know the site that well. Okay, right, back to lights. So let's talk about light signals. All right, if you are diving throughout if you're diving in your night dive and you've got your primary torch out like that, the concept is that you shine this forward. Now, if you're trying to talk to your buddy or you're trying to let them know something and you turn into them and you do this, guess what? They're going to be blinded, right? So etiquette, very simple. You want to talk to your buddy, you want to do something, you dip the light beam, right? So they're not shining in their face. Pet peeve number one, lights in your face. Very, very bad. You just see stars. You won't be able to see anything anymore, etc., etc. Okay, right. Second bit on lights, how to signal. All right, I'll use a small one for this so I don't blind you. How to signal. I have heard dive guides all over the world give briefings and go like, when you see something exciting, you just go like this, right? And you know everyone gets an epileptic attack. That's not how you use the torch. There are two types of signals that you can do, arguably three. The first one, and arguably the most important one, is the circle. Right? That means, are you okay? Someone else then shines on that same space. Yes, I am okay. Hey, haven't got the right torches yet? Well, we have a large selection of torches in store and even more available to order. So backup torches like this, Ammonite make a whole bunch of them. They're great. Dive Pro do as well. We'll put some links in below for you to have a look at. Primary lights, we either do Halcyon, Sia, or Ammonite, and they all have pros and cons. But if you're not sure, check the link out below or ping us a message and we'll guide you towards the right torch or even heating system if you like. Yeah, so cover that again, making a circle. Are you okay? Someone else goes, yes, I'm okay. Right? And if you're diving and there's someone next to you, for example, and there's someone behind you, and you want to signal to the person behind you, you signal like this. You wait for the signal to come back there. Yeah. If they're a buddy team behind you, they should verify with each other that they're okay and then tell you, right? Or they should be aware of each other. So the okay signal is very, very important. The second signal is the left to right, right? Left to right is attention. Now, if this signal left to right is very calm, it might be something small. If it's very frantic, it might be an out of gas. Right? So bear that in mind that when you're using the left to right signal, if you want to get someone's attention, you know, make sure you make a nice calm motion and not a quick one because you might get a regulator pushed into your face. There's one signal that not everyone uses, but that's the straightforward line that can be used for directional. I want you to go that way or we're going that way. Yeah? Does that make sense? Good, 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 good. Excellent. But the other thing is that if you've got a torch in your hand, so let's imagine I've got this one in my hand here, and I'm doing things like doing something to my SMB or my BCD or my mask, or trying to get something out of my pocket, right? That looks very, very frantic, okay? So try and keep the light beam steady because it makes everything more tranquil and it doesn't give other divers the impression that you're stressed or anxious or etc. and it can change the entire mood of the people diving. So if I need to do something to my mask, you know, for example, can I do it with one hand, for example? Oh, I need to use my left hand to get something out of the pocket, then I change my hand over, yeah? There's one more signal, or not, one more use of torch to cover. If you're going to clip it off because you're ascending, for example, and you want to use both your hands, it's very important, especially on these, that you have two clip-off points, yeah? Because if you're clipped off like this, guess where it's going to shine the entire time? At you. So if you want to leave it on and clipped off so people can find your location, which because you're coming up a shot line or an S&B line, clip it off in a way where the torch shines down, or preferably just keep it in your hand. Okay, so those are basic night diving techniques and etiquettes. Hopefully that's made sense to you. If you got any questions, or you don't agree, or there's something else you want to add to, or there's a specific scenario I haven't covered, leave us a comment below and I'll get straight back to you.